Okay, we're going to work out 3 problems from the homework: finding the products, factoring out a greatest common factor, and finding the volume of a figure, giving algebraic expressions for this different sides. We're going to go ahead and start by finding the product. The first thing we want to do is, I want you to know that, for example, if you multiply 3 times 2 times 5, you're going to get an answer of 30. And it doesn't matter which order you multiply in. You can multiply the 2 times the 5 first and get 10 times the 3. You can multiply the 3 times the 2 first and get 6 times the 5. Or you can multiply the 3 times the 5 first and get 15 times the 2. Either way, you're going to get 30. So order doesn't matter with multiplication. So with that in mind, anytime I have a product of 3 different things algebraically, I'm going to multiply these 2 first. I'm going to use FOIL, which is just distributing. I'm going to start off by taking the 2y and I'm going to distribute it to each term in the second set of parentheses. The 2y squared at the beginning, I'm just going to bring that down. 2y squared, open parentheses, and then I'm going to distribute 2y times y is just 2y times y. We'll write that in a shorthand, 2 times y squared. 2y times a minus 6, again we're multiplying. The rule for multiplication is the signs are different, then your answer is going to be negative. So 2y is positive, the 6 is negative because that minus is in front, and so my answer is going to be a minus, and then we'll just do the multiplication. 2 times 6 gets me 12. And the y tags along because it's 2y times 6. So that gives me my 12y. Next, I'm going to distribute the 5 to each term in the second set of parentheses. And so when I take 5 times y, they're both positive. That gives me a positive 5y. And then when I take 5 times a minus 6, again the signs are different. So my answer will be negative, and then 5 times 6 is 30. Okay, almost finished. Now I need to take this 2y squared and distribute it, but I have to distribute it to each term inside the parentheses. If you'd like, you might notice that these 2 terms are like terms, and so you can combine them before you do the distributing, or you can combine them afterwards. It doesn't matter. So we'll go ahead and combine them afterwards. We'll distribute first, and then we'll combine our like terms. So a 2y squared times a 2y squared. 2 times 2 gets me 4. Y squared times y squared is y times y times y times y, which is y to the 4th. And that's my first distributing. I now need to take 2y squared times a minus 12y. Notice the sign here describes the 12y, and so this is a minus, this is a positive, so my answer is going to be a negative because the signs are different. 2 times 12 gets me 24, and y squared times y is y times y times y. We write that as shorthand as y cubed. Next, 2y squared times my positive 5y. Again, this sign describes my 5y. 2 times 5 gives me 10, and it's positive, so I'm going to put plus 10. And then y squared times y is y times y times y, which we write in a shorthand as y cubed. Last distributing, 2y squared times a negative 30. Again, signs are opposite, and so I end up with a negative answer. 2 times 30 is 60, and y squared times nothing is just y squared. Almost done. Now I just need to combine my like terms. I have 2 terms here that are like still. Those are y cubed terms. So everything else comes down, so the 4y to the 4th is just going to come straight down. When I combine these two terms here, you need to take into account the signs and think money. So I have a negative 24, so that's debt. And then I have a positive 10, so that's money you've got. And so you are going to be in debt, but only 14. So a minus 14, and apples plus apples get you apples. So y cubed and y cubed gets you y cubed. That's how many y cubes we got. And then the minus 60y squared just comes straight down. And that's your answer, simplified in descending order from largest degree to smallest